Hello, good day everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And in this video, we are going to solve this question. And we have a plus 1 over a. This is equal to 1. B plus 1 over b. This is equal to 2. C plus 1 over c. This is equal to square root 2. And d plus 1 over d. This is equal to square root 3. And we find the value of product of a, b, c, and d whole raised to the power 12 times b. So let's start. We have a plus 1 over a. This is equal to 1. We simplify this equation. We write this left hand side as a square plus 1 over a. This is equal to a. And we write this as a square plus 1. This is equal to a. We write this equation as a square minus a. This is equal to minus 1. We call this as equation number 1. We use this equation later, but now focus on this equation. We write this as a square plus 1 minus a. This is equal to 0. We subtract a on both sides of this equation, then we get this equation. Now in our question, a is not equal to 0, because if a is equal to 0, then this equation is not hold, because this will become a 1 over 0, which is infinity, and infinity plus a is if a is a 0, then infinity plus 0 is not equal to 1. So this implies in our question a is not equal to 0. So that is why we can multiply this equation by a on both sides. Multiply this equation by a on this side and also multiply this side by a. So this will become when we multiply this a by a square, we get a cube. Multiply this a by 1, we get a. Multiply this a by a, we get a square. Multiply this 0 by a, we get 0. And we write this as a cube minus a square minus a. This is equal to 0. And look at the equation number 1. A square minus a, this is equal to minus 1. So here we write a minus 1 is equal to 0. And this will become a cube plus 1 is equal to 0. And this implies a cube is equal to minus 1. This is the important point. We use this information later. Now we use the second information. We have a b plus 1 over b. This is equal to 2, and we write this as a b square plus 1 over b. This is equal to 2, and we write this as a b square plus 1 is equal to 2 times b. And we write this as a b square plus 1 minus 2 times b is equal to 0. And we write this one as a 1 square. So here we apply this identity, which is a square plus b square minus 2 times product of ab. As we know, this is equal to a minus b whole square. So this above equation is equal to b minus 1 whole square. This is equal to 0. So to remove this square, we take a square root on both sides, then we get b minus 1 is equal to 0. And this implies b is equal to 1. This is the important information we use in our question. And now we have a c plus 1 over c. This is equal to square root 2. To remove this square, we take a square on both sides of this equation. Then this square and square root cancel, we just get 2, and left hand side will become a c square plus 1 over c square plus 2. This implies c square plus 1 over c square is equal to 0. And in our question, c square is not equal to 0, because if c is 0 or c square is equal to 0, then this identity is not hold. So that is why we can multiply this equation by c square on both sides. So multiply this side by c square and also multiply this side by c square. This will become a c raised to the power 4 plus this will become a 1 is equal to right hand side is just 0. So this implies c raised to the power 4 is equal to minus 1. we also use this information later. Now we use this information, d plus 1 over d, this is equal to square root 3. And in the next step we take a cube on both sides of this equation. So here this left hand side is equal to d cube plus 1 over d cube plus 3 times d plus 3 over d, and the right hand side is equal to 3 times square root 3. Now we write this as a d cube plus 1 over d cube plus 3 into, this is our d plus 1 over d, this is equal to 3 times square root 3. And the next step, this part is equal to square root 3. So this is our d cube plus 1 over d cube plus 3, and this is our square root 3 is equal to 3 times square root 3. Now in the next step we subtract 3 times square root 3 on both sides. Then we get d cube plus 1 over d cube, this is equal to 0. And in our question, d cube is not equal to 0, because if d or d cube is equal to 0, then our information is not hold. So that is why multiply this equation by d cube on both sides. So multiply this side by d cube and also multiply this side by d cube. This, when multiply this d cube by d cube, we get d raised to the power 6. Multiply this d cube by 1 over d cube, we get 1. And multiply this 0 by d cube, we get 0. In the next step, subtract a 1 on both sides, then we get d raised to the power 6 is equals to minus 1. So in our question, a cube is equal to minus 1, b is equal to 1, c raised to the power 4 is equal to minus 1, and d raised to the power 6 is equal to minus 1. We find the value of this one. So we have a b c d whole raised to the power 12b. So we simplify this, we write this as a b c d and 12, and b in our question is equal to 1. So here we multiply this 12 by 1, we just get 12. So we have a product of a b c d whole raised to the power 12, and we write this as a raised to the power 12, b raised to the power 12, c raised to the power 12, and d raised to the power 12. We write this as a raised to the power, so 12, we write this 12 as a 3 multiply 4, which is equal to 12. We write this b raised to power 12 as a b raised to power 3 multiply 4. We write this c raised to the power 12 as a c raised to the power 3 multiply 4, and d, we write d raised to power 12 as a 6 multiply 2. We write this as a cube whole raised to the power 4, b cube whole raised to the power 4, and we write this c as a c 4 whole raised to the power cube, d raised to the power 6 whole square. And this one is equal to minus 1 whole raised to the power 4. This is equal to 1 whole raised to the power 1 raised to the power 3. Multiply this by 2, and c4, this is equal to minus 1 and its power is a 3, and d6 is equal to minus 1 and its power is a 2. Now we simplify this. So this is equal to 1, this is also equal to 1, and this is equal to minus 1, and this is equal to 1. Now we multiply, then we get minus 1. So this implies product of a b c d whole raised to the power 12 times b, this is equal to minus 1, and we have done. Thank you.